and I said 5'10", 5'11 and a half, right? So my next question for you, rather than telling you what the other ways are, did you, on average, capture my height?
No.
How far off were you?
Not we did.
Metric, your answer, please. How far, on average, what did you guys say I was, height-wise?
70.
You have the tools for this! It's like Ghostbusters. It's like Ghostbusters. I've used this one before, I won't use it again.
72.5.
There we go! On average, oh, careful. We gotta do L2. One of our stats L1, L2, right, John?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
72.5 is the average.
Careful, make sure you get the frequencies involved. L1, L2. When you run one of our stats, you don't have raw data. You gotta go L1, L2, one of our stats. Yes, friends?
70.8.
So when you do this, make sure you tell it L1, L2. If you just run one of our stats, it's gonna think that one person said 68, one person said 69, one person said 70, and so forth and so on and so forth. It's gonna assume what's called a uniform distribution. We were not uniform. We were definitely humped from the 68 up to the 72, and then we tailed off after that. Is that fair? Good? Is that decent? Okay, good.
So, what did you do on this one?
Oh, so one of our stats again. Just start there, but then put L1, L2 after it. Let's take. Yeah. We're gonna do this so much, you guys are gonna get sick of hearing about it. That's okay. Okay, you ready?
Wait.
No, you're not ready. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. So you guys said about 71 inches on average. That's not bad.
Kind of close.
You missed me by half an inch, didn't you? So on average, I'm gonna put that down here.
So we were doing one standard.
Now let's get back to that. That's what I'll talk about next. Is should we look at that average height? The average height that you guys guessed was about 71 inches. I'm gonna round it to 71 because I told you guys to round my height to the nearest inch. So I don't think we deserve any more precision than that, do we? I don't think so. I think we're limited with inch. So standard deviation looks like you guys got plus or minus 2 on that, don't you? So now the question is, well, I got a couple different questions for you. Number one, we've answered the question is, did you target my height on average? I'm tempted to say yes. However, if I go back to the graph, let's pull the camera back to the graph. Where is that 71? Here's 68, 69, here's 70, right? Here's 71. That's where your finger would have to go to balance the tray of cookies. I'm not much of an artist. There's my arm. There's my sleeve. Even though I usually wear short sleeves. Okay? What do you think? I mean, that's where it'd have to be, right? All those 71s, those 4 71s are my balance point. That's where I have to balance it, yes? No. No? Say no. Say no and tell me why you're saying no. Riley, go.
So I work at Pizza Place. So when you hold like a pizza,
yes,
and it's like half combination, half cheese, you have to stick it more over here, or else it's gonna.
Ah, good. My point exactly. My point is, which is the cheese and which is the pepperoni?
Cheese is over here, and the combination's over here.
So the cheese is over here, combination's over here. So the thing is you've now given me a box of pizza. But what I've done is, I've taken that box and I've stapled on more box to this side and thrown more weight over there. The only way for you to then hold that box without dropping it is to take your hand and move it where? Towards that box with the weight that I just added on. Remember what averages do, friends. Who do they chase? They chase the extremes, right? They chase the extremes. Now, I'm saying that this is an outlier without defining what an outlier is yet. There's a reason for that. But the reason that this doesn't look quite right, because what you're saying, Riley, is it should be more here, yeah? Yeah, it should be if this data were more
Bell-shaped.
good, were more symmetric bell-shaped. It should be more towards the hump. My contention is we've got so many cool extreme values, we have to balance our point over. So, what Riley is saying is that she doesn't want to use the average. I'm hearing this anyway. You don't want to use this average because the average is not describing the norm of the responses. Is anybody else feeling the same way? We can totally back off the average if you want to. Who would call this data skewed? Well, hell, let's stop talking about the average then, shouldn't we? Yeah. Let's stop talking about the average. Because the average shouldn't be used with skewed data, right? So Riley's contention, I think, is a really good one. We should not be talking about the average because the data is too skewed to make the average worthwhile. I'm telling you. Well, let's stop talking about it. Let's take 5 and think about what else you could talk about then, besides just this relative frequency approach. Good? I'm with you, Riley. Thank you for that. That was very good. Brandon, what's up?